And Minister of Finance said Tekpe has cautioned MMDAs not to engage in any financial transactions in 2016.
He defended government's decision that it will from 2016 not guarantee borrowing by ministries, departments and agencies as well as MMDAs without approval by the Finance Ministry. Seth Tekpe, who was speaking at a sensitization workshop on the budget for journalists in Accra, reiterated the government's decision, saying in the 2016 budget, government has only earmarked over 46 billion cedis as total expenditure for the year. However, he warned MDAs and MMDAs not to engage in any financial transactions without government approval.
We have insisted, and we look at their financial statements, as the budget director explains, to make sure that they are not highly leveraged. So we are getting a response, from the SOEs. I had meetings with these two, companies. Even MMDAs, why shouldn't Accra Metropolitan Assembly, Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly, Sekondi, at least these three, Tamale and the rest, beef up their property rates, such that waste management is not, a government, responsibility. So we are saying that we can bemoan, the level of debt, and we can go back to old ways.
The 2016 budget increased the excise duty on tobacco from 150% to 175% and reviewed corporate taxes of free zones companies from 8% to 15%. The Finance Minister, however, stated the conditions under which MDAs and MMDAs can engage in any financial agreement.
It's very clear that a lot of these state-owned enterprises have gone into some transaction debt arrangements where the payments are due. And because they are not able to service the debt, it becomes a government contingent liability for the government. And that increases our debt stock. So what we're going to do is, as much as possible, we're going to limit the use of sovereign guarantee by the government to sort of bail up some of these state-owned enterprises.
On the 2016 general elections, the ministry has made available budgetary allocation to cater for the exercise. But some officials at the ministries have criticized the Finance Ministry for cutting the budgetary allocations, but the minister disagrees.
For us, it's not a cut, it's a justification of the budget submissions. So if you are not able to justify why we should put resources into a particular program, and it's not only capital program, sometimes recurrent program, you want to carry out a certain number of workshops to build capacity. I mean, can you do that capacity building in 2 workshops rather than 4 workshops? So we engage in this process before we come out with the agreed budget ceilings.
On the use of internally generated funds, the Finance Ministry has cautioned MDAs and MMDAs to seek approval before using them.